Hello, hello! My name is Callista and welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode, we made our way up to the Abbey to speak with Sister Gertrude. Hopefully she can help us with translating the book and maybe also tell us a little bit more about the Abbey's history. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, sister. I have a favour to ask of you. Of course, Magdalene. I'll help however I can. I have a book, the Historia Tassiae, and I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I've spoken to everyone else in Tassing. I'm pretty sure Gertrude was the only person left. Is this just a case of no one can translate the book? I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the people we had were Gertrude, Father Thomas, Stolz, and Baltus. I'm pretty sure those were the 4 options we had, and I've spoken to all of them, so I guess maybe no one can translate the book? Maybe? I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I'm sorry, Magdalene. That's all right, sister. I'll have to find another way. There was one more thing, if you don't mind. It's about the Rat House mural. Oh, did you need more paint? I believe I have enough galls stored away. No, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. I wanted to ask you about the history of Kearsau, actually. I'd like to include the Abbey's founding and the history of Tassing's saints to the Rat House mural. I wrote to Reverend Matthew, since he lived at the Abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Ah, Brother Matthew became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role. But I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you could show me around the convent and tell me about its history. The Poor Clares don't allow outsiders within the convent, even other women. Mother Franziska wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. I understand. Well, that makes my job difficult. Ugh, that old bag. I feel this in my heart and in my soul. She tried to take us away from our father. Fuck that bitch. But this is... We like Gertrude. We should stay our tongue for Gertrude. This is... Would you call Franziska Gertrude's boss? I mean, they're all nuns. There's a hierarchy, at the very least. Like, Franziska is above Gertrude in that hierarchy. If we're calling her an old bag, then that's probably going to upset Gertrude. And we like Gertrude. Gertrude is a nice lady. So, for you, I'm not going to say this. Well, that makes my job difficult. Let me finish, Magdalene Druckerin. However, Mother Franziska always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. If a young woman sincerely considered joining the convent, she may be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life, Ah, yes, I see. Well, I suppose exploring all of my options can't hurt. I have always been drawn to your veil, sister. There's something about the fashion. Aha. Ah, yes, I see. Touring the convent will take some time. Would you like to go see Mother Franziska now? Yes, let's go. No, I have other things to do. I've done everything. We can't enter... Actually, let me just double check that. No, I have other things to do first. Very well. Come find notify me if you change your mind. God bless you, Magdalene. Historia Tassiae, dead end. Dead end, so no one can translate the book. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just wanted to check. Yeah, we can't enter the Abbey. Okay, yeah, we've been everywhere else. We've spoken to everyone we can. God bless you, Magdalene. Would you like to go inside and meet with Mother Franziska now? Yes, let's go. Mother Franziska, I'd like to introduce Magdalene Druckerin. The printer's daughter, yes. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told us of your father's condition, and we prayed for his recovery daily. Matt, why are you acting like we haven't spoken? I guess the game has to prepare for what if the player doesn't explore the town and speak to everyone, in which case this would be their first meeting, but considering she's already tried to recruit us once, this is rather funny. God bless you, Magdalene. Father Thomas told us of your father's condition, and we pray for his recovery daily. Oh, thank you, Abbess. I didn't know you had heard about that. We knew. We've spoken to her before. Oh, thank you, Abbess. I like to imagine that Magdalene, she's smiling, but she's got her teeth gritted. Magda does not like this lady. I don't think Magda likes this woman. Oh, thank you, Abbess. Such is our duty to serve the Lord and the community that provides for us. Now, what is this about? Sister Gertrude, you know our holy rules. Why bring young Mistress Druckerin to me? Forgive me, Mother. Magdalene is searching for a place in the world and is contemplating the holy life. I thought observing the sisters might aid her in her spiritual search. She was encouraged by the idea. Right. Yes. Oh, so it is referencing it. It is referencing. Oh, I like that. I think something I've really been impressed with in Pentiment is the fact that the game does pick up on, oh, you said this before, therefore we're going to reference it. Oh, you went to Sabat's meeting and Anna stole Andreas's hat, and in Act 3, that's still having a payoff. Oh, you spoke to Mother Franziska before and you heard her offer, and she's bringing it up again. I'm really loving this attention to past details. I'm really impressed by that. Ah, so you've decided to consider my offer after all. If God is calling you to the convent, I am more than willing to help you fulfill that divine cause. What brought this change on? Why are you interested in joining the Poor Clares? No, let's not. No. I'm worried that helping my father, running the shop alone, and finishing the mural are too much for me. Well, if I become a sister, I won't have to marry, which is far better than being stuck bearing kids for the rest of my life. A lie. I had a holy vision. Saint Satia told me that I was destined for higher things. Let's not lie. She will approve of this, I think. I think she'll approve of this. You know, she said before, like, oh, you're doing unwomanly things, blah, blah, blah. Like, marrying and bearing kids, that is woman's work. I'm using, air quotes, so that is woman's work. I think she'd be rather pissed off by this. But, like, running the shop, that's man's work. She doesn't want us doing man's work. So I think she'll like this. I'm worried that helping my father, running the shop alone, and finishing the mural are too much for me. Bitch! But that's exactly what you were encouraging me to do before! To be fair, it wasn't because of the fear of the unknown, it's because they were men's work, and we're not a man, therefore we should not be doing this. Our delicate spirit is better suited for sewing and babies and bollocks like that. Madam, you are sending me mixed messages here. Magdalene, you should not abdicate your worldly duties for fear of the unknown. However, I agree that... There we go, there's the sexism. However, I agree that working on a printing shop and painting are not suitable duties for a woman. Thank God you have turned to us for help. It is no wonder you have felt overburdened by all of this. Please come. I am happy to tell you more about our... I got flustered. I got thrown off by that. Please come. I am happy to tell you more of our order. Hello. I was about to say, is this... No, this... I don't think this... Yeah, there was the, This is the woman's side of the abbey. We never ventured here with Andreas. I was thinking this was the abbey we had been in previously, but there isn't the, There was like a fountain thing here on the men's side. Why don't the women get a nice fountain? Why don't the women get a nice fountain? What is this? Our small convent used to be part of the larger Kiersau double monastery, as I'm sure you've been told by Sister Gertrude. However, the Poor Clares live far differently than the Benedictines that once lived here. We believe that it is not ours to produce and live solely on the ashes of... We believe that it is not ours to produce and live solely on the alms of the community of Tassing, as they see fit to give. Likewise, none of the sisters here own any personal property. We share this convent as a gift from the church. We believe that the Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you, Magdalene? I'm not entirely certain yet. I'd like to explore and look around, get a feel for the place. Magdalene, you must not have understood me. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. I won't have a laywoman bothering the sisters from their duties or disturbing our rule. However, I will allow Sister Suzanne to show you our duties. Please take your time. When you have finished, please come find me and we will discuss your decision to join. Now I'm just going to climb over a wall and book it. Fuck this. I'm not discussing anything. Finally, I thought she'd never finish. What? Magdalene is just being very honest. Magdalene, I'll lie to the Mother Superior, but I'm not lying to the regular nuns. They're right with me. Truthfully, I'm not here to join the convent. I'm looking for references for a mural I'm painting in the rat house. Time to start exploring. You can either come or not, up to you. Well, I'm going to take a look around. Where are we going first? Now that the lecture is over, I can get on with what I came here for. Are you coming? And again, this has a little doohickey. I'm going to take it. Time to start exploring. You can either come or not, up to you. But Mother Franziska said... She said that as long as I'm with you, it's fine to look around. Are you really going to get us both in trouble? No, I always follow Mother Franziska's orders. The convent has many parts. The kitchen, the aquarium, the chapter house, the yard, and the old workshop, though no one uses that old shed anymore. I'll leave it to you to decide where to go first. Oh. So that's the aquarium. There's the chapel. I want to... Oh, I can't go into the little... Margaret! Oh, Marguerite, excuse me! God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Marguerite. And hello, Mouse... I assume that's Mousefinger. Any dark cats, I'm like, that's Mousefinger. There's my girl. I love her so much. Let's, we'll start over here and make our way from, left to right. This is the kitchen. There's not anything interesting here. Sister Marie and Sister Isabeau take care of most of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in when needed. Okay. And we can talk to the pair of them. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, sister. How goes the cooking? As well as the Lord wills it. My old fingers fumble from time to time, but it is my privilege to prepare supper for the other sisters. That's very noble of you. Shouldn't someone else be helping you, sister? That seems excessive. Well, she does have someone helping her. She does have someone helping her. She's old, not stupid. If she says that she can do it, then, you know, I see no reason to be like, oh no, actually you can't, you're too old. That's very noble of you. Just as God... Who is it? God, it is God. Just as God gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age to strengthen my faith. Such things are a blessing when compared to the pains Christ carried upon the cross. I don't believe the Lord wants us to suffer, sister, but didn't Christ die so that we don't have to suffer unnecessarily? Sounds like a lot of extra pain for nothing to me. I mean, Christ died for our suffering. That's the saying I'm familiar with. But didn't Christ die so that we don't have to suffer unnecessarily? In the next life, yes. But even Christ said we would face hardships while we live on this earth. I have chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord. Oh, my brain just decided, yeah, I don't want to read this. I have chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardship. Thank you for sharing your perspective with me, sister. I don't really understand, but I'm glad it helps you. No. She's finding meaning in the pain, and that gives her, you know, reason to carry on, to deal with it. Thank you for sharing your perspective with me, sister. You are most welcome, child. God bless you. God bless you too, Isabeau. God bless you, child. Are you delivering something? No, sister. I'm learning more about the convent's history so that I can finish a mural entitled, well, no. Let's not go telling the nuns why, like, this one is fine. One nun is fine. If we go around telling all of them, it's guaranteed to get back to Mother Franziska. Oh, I'm considering joining the convent, so Mother Franziska graciously allowed me to visit with you. Alleluia? That's not a spelling mistake, but I would assume that is hallelujah. But like an old spelling of it. Hallelujah! Glory and praise be to God. You've brought such joy to me this day, child. I haven't actually joined yet, sister. Do you have a strong stomach? Perhaps you can help Sister Isabeau and me in the kitchens. I enjoy preparing meals for the sisters that nourish us, but I can never bring myself to butcher the animals. Sister Isabeau has graciously taken on that task for me. We need sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong, according to the rule of St. Francis. To cause suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. The kitchen seems fairly simple. Is there anything here from the convent's founding days? No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Cookware needs replacing over the years. Though some nights a ghost appears to me, but... Oh, by the cook fire. A lost spirit, trapped between heaven and hell. What? Sister Marie, not this again. Not to Magdalene, please. Could it have been a ghost of one of the sisters from the founding of the convent? Maybe even St. Tassia? That's ridiculous. Ghosts aren't real. What made you think you saw a spirit sister? Why? Why do you think you saw a ghost? What made you think you saw a spirit sister? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. When Andreas and Casper, they were going through the aqueduct, and we found a bunch of grates, and they all led to various places in the convent. Was one of them the female nuns' kitchen? Female nuns, that's a bit... the nuns' kitchens rather than the monks' kitchen. Someone's using the aqueduct. I mean, we know that someone is using the aqueducts. We saw that in Act 1. But then again, bloody hell, how long has it been? How long has it been since Act 1? I believe they said it's been like 20 years since the riot. Maybe there was like a 5-year gap between Act 1 and Act 2. 25 years. I'm thinking back. Ooh. If I'm going off my theory that Father Thomas is behind all of this, Father Thomas is an old-ass man. Even 25 years ago, he wasn't exactly in his prime. You could tell he was an older gentleman. And he's... How do I put this? He's not exactly athletically built. He's quite... I'd describe him as portly or stout. He's not exactly an athlete. Oh, Jesus. Could the aqueduct and the person we saw in Act 1, because if you remember, it was right before the Baron's murder. We saw someone leaping across the aqueduct. And they were a figure dressed in white. And Andreas was like, oh shit, is that a ghost? And I think there was a farmer there. I think it was Till. Till was like, oh yeah, there are ghosts and shit. Could that actually be a red herring? Could that just be like a homeless person? Could that be a homeless person who was living in the aqueduct and maybe they were like stealing from the farmers? Not like anything substantial, but just like a couple of eggs here. A ear of corn there. You know, something that most people wouldn't even realise. And that has nothing to do with anything else. Because I'm thinking, like, if Father Thomas is behind all of this, and I just don't think he's built for that degree of exercise. Even when he was young, I don't think he could have been leaping across that gap. Again, portly, stout gentleman. In a way, I think Father Thomas and I are built rather similarly. I couldn't be jumping across that gap. And I'm a damn sight younger than him. Could it... I'm thinking it could just be a red herring. Everything else so far has had... Like, this story features spiritualism and maybe mysticism, but not magic. Not the dead rising, not ghosts. In a way... Oh, shit. There's a game I've played on the channel, and I can't remember which one. fuck, this is going to annoy me. This is going to annoy me. Let me... You know what? I'm gonna pull up my playlists so I can try and figure out which game I'm thinking of. But basically, the whole premise was it was saying like, oh, look over here, look over here, look at this. Don't look at the very mundane. Firewatch, there we go. I think I'm thinking of Firewatch. Where basically it goes into this whole, slight spoilers for Firewatch. I'm going to try and be vague. But basically, over the course of the game, there's this whole, like, oh, there's a conspiracy. There's the FBI, the CIA, like, oh, you're being watched, you're being hunted by, like, people from the government. Oh, like, isn't this terrifying? Isn't this scary? And then it turns out, actually, no, there is a very mundane explanation. There is an extremely mundane explanation. There's no big conspiracy. There's no big cover-up. But the game does its absolute damnedest. You know, like, look at my right hand. Look at my right hand. There's nothing in the left. Don't look at the left. Don't look at the left. Look at the shiny keys in my right hand. Do. It's like typical... It's a typical magician's trick. Distract with one hand so that the audience doesn't focus on what the other hand is doing. Methinks this is a red herring. But it's a ghost, so obviously you're gonna want to go, oh shit, ghosts. Oh, like, it's, you know, ghost stories are fun, they're enticing, but I think this is probably just gonna end up being nonsense. The figure rose up through the very ground we stand on at vigils, not a fortnight ago. Dawn and dusk are the hours when the boundaries between this world and the spiritual world are weakest. We may be the newest arrivals here, but this convent is very old. Perhaps there was something Roman underneath this foundation centuries before. The spirits may seek to know the presence of God now that it rests on holy ground. A spirit in Kersau. Why would it come to the convent, though? A Roman spirit might be a great addition to the mural. I don't know that the council would approve, though. I really think it must have been something else, sister. I think this is going to turn out to be a red herring. As I said, this game is rooted in reality. There has been spirituality and mysticism, yes, but not outright magic, not the outright supernatural. And I think it's been such a long time since I thought back to Act 1. It's been such a long time since I pondered the figure jumping across the aqueduct. But I reckon it could just be like some homeless person. And they've been living here for 25 years and they have nothing to do with anything. They're just startling people late at night. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that was what was going on here. I want to ask this because I want her opinion, but I think that Magdalene... I don't think she's one for flights of fancy. I don't think she believes in ghosts. I think she would shut this shit down. I really think it must have been something else, sister. It breaks my heart to think this spirit was crying out for help, trapped beyond heaven's reach. Why don't we keep going, Magdalene? It's better not to get Sister Marie too upset. Of course. God bless you, sister. God bless you, child. And we can't talk to her anymore. We just straight up can't talk to her. Oh. Yeah, I reckon that, I mean, this is a kitchen. It's a homeless person coming up for some food. And they've been living here for like 25 years. And thus, you know, they've gained a reputation of like, oh yeah, there's a ghost on the aqueduct. I'm pretty sure Till mentioned like, oh yeah, there are legends that people think the aqueduct is haunted. Like, I swear down there was a conversation about ghosts. It's been so long. It's been like, I've been playing this game for like over half a year now. I can't remember, you know, explicitly what number it is. I think it's at least 8 months. So it's a while ago since I saw that scene. But like, I swear down there was a conversation about like, oh yeah, people think the aqueduct is haunted. So it's a homeless person who's been living here for like 25 years and just steals food from people. Like, I'd bet. I doubt it's actually going to be a ghost. Now, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, we continue exploring the cloister. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. A special thanks to my channel members such as SM2K. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.